Okay. Now, as you know, probably a little bit about the flight of a rocket. In these cases, when these rockets reach the top of their flight, they blow the nose cone off, and a parachute deploys. So now we're going to go on with that little bit, how to do that. What we need first of all is to make what's called a shock cord, so that when the nose cone comes off, it doesn't fly away all the way away from the body of the rocket, and that it in fact remains attached. So what we need to make is something that looks a little bit like this, well actually exactly like that, and we're going to glue that inside here. Right, so how do you make this? Watch. Pretty simple really. We need a length of string. Okay, the string comes on, or my string that I use comes on a nice roll like this. Okay, so your length of string. You're going to need a little bit of lightweight card. Okay, you remember this stuff? We'll use that to make the cone out of. Cut it about a strip of about 2 centimetres, and as long as you want. Let's say I'll just cut that big long bit, but I reckon go for something around about 5 centimetres long. So there it is. You're going to need to put a hole in one end. Be careful how you do this if you're using scissors so you don't prick yourself. I would use a pencil, a nice sharp pencil instead. Make yourself a nice hole like so. Feed the string through. Now, my old friend the glue gun. Lay the string down so that it runs almost the length of the card, and put a rather generous amount of hot glue gun glue in there. Push the little string down into the glue, and then fold the cardboard once, squash it nice and flat, twice, make it nice and flat. There we go. Okay, you can probably do it without getting glue gun glue all over your fingers. I obviously can't. So you end up with something like that. And it's basically a piece of card with a piece of string in it that you can't pull the string out of. Okay. Once that dries, it will be alright. So here's one that I prepared earlier. Now I need to place it inside the body of my rocket. All I need to do, a little bit of hot glue gun glue onto him, or quite a generous amount I should say, because we don't want him to come off. Place it inside the body of the rocket near the top, and push it as hard as you can onto the side of the rocket. Okay, now you see that it doesn't protrude too much into the body, because there's going to be a parachute stuck in here, and the parachute needs to come out. You'll see how that all works shortly. Alright, we need to make one more. Stand my rocket up over there. And the other one needs to go in here. But we wouldn't go gluing it just here now, would we? There's another one that I made a little while ago. I'm not going to glue him in there, because what would that mean? That would mean I wouldn't be able to put my nose cone back on my rocket, so that'd be pretty crazy. I'm going to have to glue him right up in the top of my nose cone, right up in here. Now this one here I'm going to trim down a little bit, because I don't like him being so big. I'll make him a little bit smaller, because he's not going to fit so well into my nose cone, that shape. So see how we can make him a little bit neater, and that will be a better fit up in there. Good. Right, a little bit of hot glue gun glue on the back of him, and holding him like so, place him right up so he's not going to get in the way, right up there in my nose cone. I'm pinching him on the other side. I can actually feel the heat of the glue gun glue coming through onto my thumb here. Okay, right, that is pretty good. Just check to make sure that I can put both of these bits together, so I'll just pack my string inside the body and pack this string inside the nose cone. Oops. And make sure that it all still goes together nicely, and it does too. Okay. One last thing I need to do, and it's a really simple thing, I need to get the actual shock cord, which in this instance is just an elastic band. And look how simple this is. All I need to do is tie a granny knot there. Ooh, that's seen better days, that elastic band. M1. That'll work for what we need. It's looking a little bit old, that elastic band. And tie the other end on like so. Now I'll put it all together, I'll show you what we've got. Right, so the shock cord will live inside the body of the rocket, and when the nose cone gets blasted off, it'll reach this point, stretch, but it won't actually separate from the rocket, and that allows the rocket to come back down to the ground. Now in my next little video we'll show you how to put the parachute inside to make the parachute deploy.